Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. I'll wait a minute here and see if anyone's coming on. It's nice to see the sunshine this morning. That always makes me happy. My gosh, Instagram let me know that I started a live video. Isn't that weird? Too crazy. Of course, I know that because I did it. Who's on here? Good morning, Jackie. Hi, Danielle. I joined. Oh, good. Wonderful. Hi, Allison. Oh, Mama sure is busy. That's a cute name. How's everyone doing this morning? Happy Wednesday. Good morning, Barb. See you soon. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Kathy. It asked me if I wanted to join. Oh, good. You know, it was kind of weird. Usually when I go on here in the morning on Wednesdays, it says there are like 34 active viewers, meaning only 34 people of all the people that follow me are active right now. And this morning it said like 778. Like, yeah, something was wrong with that algorithm all the way along because it was never that few. Like, gosh, that would be crazy. Okay, let me show you what I'm thinking today. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I actually did a little photo shoot this morning, but then I just wasn't feeling it, which is usually how it works. I've been busy writing. The other morning I got up early and I try to get up and write in the morning. I mean, when I say that, I'm trying to build the habit. I'd say I do it once a month, but I keep trying to make it a daily habit. And so I was writing creative reminders to myself, and then I started writing a blog post about it. So something I'm working on right now. But anyway, couldn't decide what I wanted to do. This photo is from my friend Corinne. I don't know if she's on here this morning, but she lives down like in, I don't actually know where you live, in Alexandria-ish area. Good morning, Anita. How are you? I just drove through Reading the other day on my way home to pick up a cat from my friend Emerson at my sister and brother-in-law's house, and stopped at Carvel and got some ice cream. I love Carvel ice cream. Those little chocolate crunchies. My goodness, that's yummy. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to the task at hand. Tell I'm a little off my thoughts here. So I'm going to paint this beautiful owl. I just love the way she has her head tilted. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be successful with this, but I love how it looks like, you know, it's like this quadrant is kind of going this way. This quadrant's like it's kind of askew like that. And I want to capture that. And also how it's, you know, a little darker and a little warmer in the shadow areas and a little cooler and brighter in the highlight areas. So I want to pay attention to that. So I really need a cat for Emerson. I'll have to show you what she looks like. Oh my gosh, it's the cutest little kitten ever. It showed up on my sister-in-law's and brother-in-law's patio on Tuesday. So now it has a wonderful home. Okay, so let me see. I just really need greens and those kind of browns, whether going toward warm or cool. And eye colors and that lovely yellow beak. I think I just painted one of these not too long ago. And of course, I'm going to try and keep it a little reckless, crazy, colorful at the same time. So I'm going to bring this down here too. I forgot to turn that light off. I don't like that highlight. I always forget about that. Okay, so I'm going to mix colors. Okay, I'll do browns first, I think. I put a brown out here that I might put as my background color. I'm not sure. What brown is that, just in case anybody's wondering. It's this French burnt umber. It's a Williamsburg color. Oh, I have a fun field trip coming up, road trip today. I'm going to my friend Jackie's house, and some of the friends who were all went with me to France. We're going to meet up and go plein air painting. Vasari Paints. There's a little bit of paint on there. No, that's dried. That's okay. Is having like a competition, which, you know, I'm not good enough at plein air painting to compete at anything, but I'm always open for the fun. And we're going to go there and get some paints and paint tomorrow all day. And then How do you get your dried paint off your marble slab? I use this handy dandy tool from Lowe's and I scrape it off. I did that this morning because I still had paint on here from whatever I painted yesterday, which I can't even remember what I painted yesterday. Isn't that terrible? The blessing of that is I can totally forget what I painted, and then I can paint the same thing over and over again and never get bored with it. So I want to intentionally keep some of these warmer as I go. Move toward lighter colors. Anita said, oh, that's wonderful. Thought about doing the Vasari to do that. If you want to, we're going to go tomorrow morning. If you want to meet us there, Anita, you're welcome to. Jackie's on here. I think our goal is to get there around 10 or something. But you're welcome to come. It'll be fun. Good morning, Ellen. Okay, so that color, that's such a weird color. The kind of grayish, brownish. Like I always say, I love colors that I can't quite describe. I'm going to put... should I try a little bit? This is this funky green color that I got from Vasari. I'm excited because at Vasari, when you do that, you can try their paints. So I could try some colors that... I'm going to throw a little black in there. Just a little bit. See what that does to my color. Well, I don't know that did what I wanted. I'm going to put a little of this in and see what happens. I'm just playing. 10 to 10:30, Jackie said. Anita, so if you want to join us, you're welcome to. That got me a little closer. I think I still need some more red in there, maybe. Let's try that. Ooh, that threw a pretty pink. It's a really pretty color, but I'm not sure that's quite what I was aiming for. But I'm not sure this is a color I'm not familiar with, so I'm not sure what to mix in there. So I made it a little bit darker. I might leave that as that in-between color and then start to go a little lighter. I have this Naples orange out here. I think I need a little bit more of it. And let me know if someone's writing to me. Oh, that's nice, but what? I don't know. Let's see what that looks like. That's funny. I can't quite. And he says, I sprained my ankle and can't walk right. Oh, Anita, that stinks. You know what? I'm going to try. This is need a little bit more of this transparent oxide brown. Whoops, sorry about that. See if that heads me in the right direction. I just feel like that color's too... yeah, I think maybe that's a little more what I needed. It's too bright or something. Yeah, it's funny. I can't think of what to do to make that color. Yeah, the colors are pretty, so I should just go with that. I would often say it doesn't need to be quite exactly what you're looking at. Sometimes I like when it's just the colors go well together. Well, Paragoid Retreats is on here. Is that you, Harrison, or Cattell? Oh, that's nice. I think, I'm not even sure what color I have there. I think it's this Italian green ochre. I'm going to put a little bit more of this out. Good morning, Martha. Thanks for delivering my coffee yesterday. You knew that was off when I asked you for beans instead of ground coffee. Now, what do you think of that? That might be just too yellow. So I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to go for lighter colors. I'm just, you know what? I'm going to take a little bit of this and this, and I'm going to add a little bit of blue into it and see what happens. Because why not? I just feel like they're too something. Yeah, I might like that better. That's about this tone. I'll put that over here and lighten it a little bit with this. Maybe that's what I needed all along, just a little bit of ultramarine blue in there. Ultramarine blue is a warmer blue, so it can warm up colors and desaturate them. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now I'm happy with what I've got. A little bit of blue in this one too. Yep, that's better. Okay. There, I think I solved whatever was not working. So those are more kind of quiet, neutral colors, and that's what I was looking for. Now I need some light colors. They're mostly really whites and lighter browns. So I might take a little bit of this and add warm white into that. Oh, that's pretty. That's very nice. And now I'm going to go with the cool white. Maybe I'll do this cooler color up here. Yep, that looks nice. And lighten that even more. Okay, yes, now I like what I've got going on here. Get that white off of there. Okay, I think I might need a little bit more white if I'm just guessing. Hi, Rosa Studio. So where's everybody listening from this morning? Just add more white in there. Then I have to do some greens for my background. I didn't miss anything, right? Did I miss anything? I don't think I have Ellen here this morning to answer questions for me. Are you here, Ellen? The yellow beak color. So I'm cleaning off my palette knife to get a little bit more white for that. Even more of that. Michigan. And I'm going to add a little bit of this green, and I have to desaturate that a little bit. Quiet it down a little. It's nice. Okay, and then I have blacks for the eye. That reflective color inside the eye, I think I'm just going to do, oh, that's kind of dried out. Manganese blue hue, or a little bit of this. I'm just going to make a, that's good. It's a little light. I think I might need more warm white. I'll put this out. Oops, sorry. Texas, alleys and queens. Black for the eyes. Oh, I need green for the background. Which I could use some of this, which isn't that a pretty color. And let me make some green. Background. A little darker. A little blue. The rest of this maybe. Just to give a variation of green. I've been loving using this color lately. It's awfully fun. All right, I think that's good. I like my colors. All right, let me see if I missed anything. Whoop, I am missing stuff here. Wizard Lake, Alberta. Wizard Lake, isn't that a fun name? Let me see, I'm seeing if I missed anything else. Queens, and I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Okay. I think I'm going to do this, what did I say, transparent? I'm going to try this transparent yellow oxide as my background coating layer, whatever. Now I need a paintbrush. Didn't even get that out yet. And I think that's what this is. Oh, I don't know if it is. You know what? I'm going to put more of this out. I don't think that's what I had out. Transparent yellow oxide. See what we get. And then we'll go light over top of that. Oh, yeah, that's totally not what I had out. I have a little bit of liquid in it. I've been using liquid. I'm trying to get used to using liquid because it helps my paints dry much more quickly. Especially at this time of the year when people buy my art from me. They don't want to wait a month to get it. So I'm getting used to it. I'm liking it more. It's always kind of more getting the feel of something. Always helps. And having patience in the journey of getting the feel of something, right? It's nice. Okay, I'm going to kind of map out where I'm going. So when I got this from Corinne's page, and it had words up there, but I didn't want the bird. You know, I have to remember that that's green is kind of what I'm saying. The color, Jackie, was this transparent yellow oxide. It's pretty, isn't it? It's a nice warm color to use for, so really the main things are to get the eyes where they belong, and I want to try to work on capturing the tilt of the head there. And this is where the lightest part of the painting is, right there, where it hits her face. I assume it's a girl. I don't know anything about owls, but she looks like a girl to me. I think that's a good start. So just using that grid in my background gives me a good idea of where I'm going with things. Have a sip of my coffee. Jackie said, good. I already see the owl. You could call it quits. Yeah, about finished. I'd miss out on all the fun. Just going to put a little bit of my pigment sticks in there just because I enjoy that, working into those colors. Okay. Do a little bit of green. Get another paper towel. What's everyone having today? Coffee? Or I'm having my fat cow coffee. It's wonderful, Martha. I don't know that I wanted to do that, but I did it anyway. We can always move it. Ellen's having her mushroom coffee. Good morning, Ellen. Oh, I don't have that fun turquoisey color. Here it is. I do enjoy it, Martha. Okay, that's enough of a mess, right? And I'm going to have a sip of my coffee before I dive in here. Work on my darker darks. Oh, and I need a skinny brush for my eyes. I always forget. I put them in my stuff to clean them, my, whatever it's called, my Murphy's oil soap, and then I forget about it, and then it ends up ruining my little brushes. So they're either all bent terribly, and I'm still using them, or it's terrible abuse, isn't it? So underneath this. All right, that's good. Put that down. Get my big brush and start thinking about my darker darker areas. Getting that underneath of the how do you choose choose colors? It's kind of random. I like to let it be a little spontaneous and reckless because I usually like how it turns out when they show up in the end. So I'd say partly practice and partly guessing and partly just spontaneousness. It's a crazy way to do it, but awfully fun. It does leave that. I love a little bit of that element of surprise when you're working on something and you don't know where it's going, and in the end it all comes together. I love when that happens. I think I was talking to some friends about trying pottery. I would love that, I think, because of the element of surprise a little bit. I always feel that with my art, really. Looking where my dark areas are, I could go in and do a little bit of the background color, maybe. Sure. Give her a place. So what should we name this girl? Should we call it, is it a girl? Is there a way to know what's a girl or a boy? Owl. I have no idea. You think I'd know more about birds as much as I paint them. I like that green. The curve of the head, and then it goes kind of straight right there. Get that edge without overworking it. Molly Owly. Molly Owly. Molly's a good name. This goes down here. Just see a little bit of the side that helps give that shape of the head. This lighter color here. See, there's like a pole or something back there. I don't need to keep that. And I do want to keep a little bit of interest and texture in the background. I don't want to make it distracting, but I do want to not have it just be a flat color. Yesterday, I think whatever I painted, I might have kept it a flat color. And I like that too sometimes. I guess I just got to follow my intuition and do it sometimes and not others. Even a little bit of texture like that's fine. Put down a stroke and let it be a little chunky. Like how that looks. Need some of this lighter color back there. What type of owl it is, I don't know. Is Corinne on here this morning? I don't know if she is. Sometimes she listens in. She might know because they're from her area. I guess I could do that Google thing where I think I have that app where it tells you things, but I don't know how to do that while I'm on here with you. All right, I like that. Thank you. All right, now let's think about these colors that we mixed. I'm letting some of that background color show. I'm not going to do my lighter colors yet, but like this is a framed. It's a barred owl, Deb says. A barred, B-A-R-R-E-D. Not a barn owl, a barred owl. I don't know anything about owls. Yes, I'll have to show you a picture of the cat that we picked up for Emerson. It's just so cute. I think this needs to come over a little bit more. This is a little too... That's better. I think I need to work on the eyes just a little bit so that I don't get too precious about that. Their calls are so interesting to listen to. Well, thanks, Martha. I didn't know about that. Need to make that lighter in here. That is a little too, that's a little grayer. Let me make this a little, I have to make something just a smidge more gray. This looks very gray in here. Doesn't have to totally be gray, but grayish would be good. I think I have that eye in the right place. They're also unique. Yes. Like that eye's over a little far. All right, let's get some reflection in this eye with this fun blue that I have. It doesn't take a lot to get that life in the eye. It's just that little bit of reflection and then dragging it down ever so slightly. And there's a lot of reflection down in here too. Okay, so I'm always holding my breath. I already like how that looks, but I need to add the little kind of wisp of what's light and what's dark here. It's kind of like eyelashes, kind of. Okay, I want to keep this super dark in here. Yeah, that already is working. Gosh, that eye's so fun. That's a little lighter right in there. Now this is all light down here, so I can come back in and work on that with the bigger brush, I think. I love that eye. I might have to go fuss with the other eye a little bit. My eye might be a little big. Good morning, Kate. little paint booger there. What size is your panel? It is 6 by 8. 8 by 6, 6 by 8. And working in advertising and marketing all of my life, when you print things, you go width by height. And so many times, like when I'm looking at frames or, I don't know, other things, somehow it all shifted and everybody puts it as height by width, like in other worlds. It's always hard for me to remember because it feels wrong to me. So I would always say width by height. And I still always say that just because I've done it forever. But that's always... All right. Do you feel like his eye's too big? I don't dislike it, but now I think I need to go a bit of this lightness. Some of these lighter colors that I mixed up. Yeah, that's helping. And this is very... It's getting there. I think that chunk of green might be a little distracting. Can't say that I hate it, but it might be a little much. And it's hard too because like with all the feathers, there's so much going on in there and I only want to hint at it. I don't want it to be overly dominant of all of it. Maybe this eye's up too high. Oops. Okay. I'm having a sip of my coffee. Dark. I don't want to get overly precious about the details. But I do need darks for the underneath of some of these feathers so that it feels like that. Because I use that warm color underneath, I can let that show through a little bit. So are you planning to do a couple of day workshop in the future? I'm from Toronto and would travel to your class. You would? Well, I am going to do one in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. I have to decide on the date, and I'm going to try to decide that today to let Corinne know. I've done them there before, and it's a really nice place. And then I actually also met a couple we had an event for our town this past weekend, and I met someone who has a really cool studio space where I could have a workshop, and they're like 10 minutes from my house, and that's Lancaster, PA. So that could definitely happen too. So yes, I'm working on it. Now that my show season's over, I feel like I can start to think about some other things that I've not had time to focus on, which is kind of fun and exciting. So my answer is yes. And then I'm also going to do France again in 2025, and the end of June into the beginning of August. So, I mean, end of June and the beginning of July. August is not next to. Okay. So yes, if anyone wants to be on my email list, if you just send me a message. Yes, I am pretty close to Bird in Hand, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah, my business partner from the last 30 some years, his wife's family owns Bird in Hand Market, Farmers Market. yellow in there. Oops, it's a little paint booger. I gotta get that. Go back and carve that space out a little bit better. That's like kind of greenish. So I'm gonna soften this back side of that nose. Beak. It's not a nose. Do they breathe only through their mouth, or do they use their beaks to breathe? I have no idea. Is that the same as the bakery? Love it there with the animals. I don't think there are animals there. The bakery. I'm not sure. Birmingham Bakery. Now they live near that, but the market is down the road, I think, on the right-hand side, after the same side of the street as the bakery, I think. I don't know. What's that little beak? It's close, but I think it needs to come over just a hair this way. That's better. Something was not quite right there. Huh. Okay, so now what do I want to do? I feel like I need more lights, but I'm not quite ready to go in with my lightest lights yet. But soon, because then I'll start to overwork it if I wait too long. That's the worst thing to do. Tina. Hi, Tina. How are you? Love that you guys get up to do this. Hang out with me while I paint. Here, it's getting better. Do that bottom. Morning, Madeline. How are you? It's like I'm avoiding those lightest lights, but I need to start going in on those. Let me get my bottom kind of filled. It's nice since I did that kind of warm color all around the background. It wouldn't matter if I don't cover the whole thing. Because that can show through that transparent oxide. What was it? Transparent yellow oxide. I do like that. I don't know if I've quite got this. Red's a little dominant there. Maybe that green's a little too much in there. What do you think? Should I soften that a little bit? That helps just to put a few little dabs. And I think I need to get my tiny brush one more time and just redefine that line around the eye. Yeah, that's better. That needed that definition a little bit. A little dark. What time is it? 8:39. Oh, we're still good on time. I don't need to rush. Little wisps of do a little bit lighter in there where that blue is. Although I love how that blue is on that side. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee and think for a minute. is light. That's more cool in that area, so I'll go in and add a little bit more cool in there. Which would mean, am I ready for my lightest colors? I'm going to put the background color in here. When you're painting, sometimes it's good to introduce your background color into your subject because, you know, light reflects back into what, you know, wherever it's coming from. So it kind of gives cohesiveness if you do that. Should I go with my lightest lights? Am I ready? I might be. I run the risk of overworking if I don't start thinking about that. A little paint booger there. Okay. Get more of my lightest, lightest light in here. Nice little dollops of it down there. Morning, Carol. All right, I'm happy with that. I need to lighten this a little bit. What do you think? Does that look good for the body? Does that red piece right there bother you? I probably wouldn't be asking if it wasn't bothering me, right? Soften it a little bit. Okay, now work my way up here. It's a lot of holding my breath in this one. I don't know why. All right, now a little bit more of the lighter white. And here. That's starting to work a little bit. Thinking about what it needs. If I have enough definition, this might be a little bit too strong of a little mark right there. But I do want that side of her face, Molly's face, to turn a little bit. But I want to keep this a little dark underneath there. That might be lightening it a little too much. I don't know, I'm fussing with that eye a little bit. I still need a few more lightest lights. This is definitely a little... I think it's working. These feathers are coming over this eye. That's a little tricky. I think that helped a little bit. I feel like this eye's still up a little bit, isn't it? A little bit down. I think I moved it down ever so. So bottom of the left eye extends below the plane of the top nose. Yes, that's what I feel like too. It's too high. The bottom of this eye needs to come down to here. And there is a little, all right, let me get this small brush. Yeah, I do feel like that's what I'm fighting with, is this needs to go. Yeah, that's better. And that helps the tilt of the eye. I mean, the tilt of the head a little bit too. This should be dark. And this is how I talk to myself while I'm painting. All right, that's a little bit better. Is that a little bit better? Is the beak down a little? Is it too long of a bit of a beak? And then there comes a point where it doesn't matter as long as it looks okay, as long as like I'm happy with it, but I'm not quite happy with it, so I gotta figure it out. I'm getting a little reckless here with some dark paint, but I think I need to do that. Okay. Better. I just messed it up again, didn't I? Okay, now wait, let's see here. Let's go back in here with the yellow. I do feel like it was too, something too low. That needs to go back to the darker brown here. Now it doesn't look like it's quite shaped right, does it? Huh. I'm a little stumped here. It's getting there, though. I think I just need to be patient and kind to myself through the messy middle, because it's happening. The messy middle is happening. It's real. And I always say you just have to stay confident through that part where you don't think that it's going to turn out, and it will turn out just fine. And as I always say also, even if it doesn't, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not like brain surgery or anything. It's just a painting that you can tear up and start over again if you want to, if you feel like you hate it. That's a little bit better. And I got a little too dark right in there, kind of on purpose. This. Whoop. It is just, you're doing awesome. You're getting it. Stay confident. Thank you. That's what we all need to tell ourselves, right? All the time. All right, this is a little over, a little busy. All right, it's getting there now. I still feel, what am I not doing here? I have to squint at it. Someone asked earlier, what do you do with paintings you feel aren't successful? They're usually here on my shelf in my studio. That's usually what happens to them. They just don't progress anywhere. They don't go to art shows. And if you don't varnish them, you can go back in and rework them too. I have a harder time with larger paintings than small ones. I'll usually sit here until I am happy with this one. Not usually, always. I will always sit and work on it till I'm happy with it. A bonfire. I know, there was an artist that used to do that. She'd get everyone together and they'd all burn I think it was, the one that does Daily Paintworks. Her name has fallen out of my mind right now. But I think she would get together with friends and burn their paintings they didn't like. Yeah, that's the other thing. I always say it's like crazy that art is the only thing where you're supposed to know how to do all of it right away. Like when you learn things like music or just learn anything else, you get a reprieve where you copy other people's stuff and you make mistakes and keep trying. But I feel like with art, we expect ourselves, even when we're learning, to always have successes and to, you're supposed to dive right in and be able to create all your own content, not just copy things and learn from what someone else has done, but start right in, being able to do all of it. And that's crazy. I don't know why that is. All right, is that looking? Yeah, it's getting better now. I almost feel like the head's a little too tall. Let me just do a little bit right here. I don't want that. I think that has to do with the tilt of the head that's not working. I had it a little too rounded. And I want it soft up there too. Does it look good? Does it need anything else? Carol Marine started Daily Paintworks. Yes, that's right. I think Carol Marine's the one that used to get together with friends and burn their paintings that they didn't like. Seems extreme. Fun reason to get together, right? Always up for that. All right. I'm about done, but I need to just look for my areas that are that need a little extra love. She's adorable. Yes, she is. She's happy to be the subject for today. So I stop fussing. What do we think? 8:53, just about on the right time. I need to add just a little bit of color down in here. Now I'm trusting my intuition and just adding a little bit of fun, which I love to do at the very end. All right, I gotta stop fussing. I always say when I'm fussing and the painting's not getting better, it's just changing. It's time to be finished. I think the tilt of her head is good. Maybe just this dark spot needs to be a little bit more dominant, just so that her head looks a little quizzical like it does. I love that little tilt. If the send me personality traits you can envision her having. Okay, I think I'm good. Those little bits helped in the end. Sometimes you just have to add a little personality to it. I'm gonna get my, would you paint a bunny maybe at Easter? Sure. I would paint a bunny. I think I do have a couple bunny images. I like painting anything. All right, now I'll show it to you. And then Like, I love that in the eye there, how the eye looks. So there's all the fun little colors. And my palette. And it's 8:55. Hair sticking up. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I will save this on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it. And if you want to be on my email list, just send me a message and I will add you as I'm working on my creative reminders. You might enjoy those. She is a happy bird. And I will see you all again next week. Goodbye.